Why does the black man serve the white man? Why does everything the black man do benefit the white man? Why does the black man say freedom is doing what I want to do? And why is it that everything he wants to do enriches the European?
Welcome to the desert of the real.
Bottom line,
it's just not other people that have a problem with it though.
It's black people.
I literally had this conversation not a week ago with a black man at the VA hospital. We sitting there in the waiting room. I'm waiting to see the nurse. She's waiting for an appointment. And they were talking, and I just, we had come out of group, whatever. Him and another guy group were talking. And I don't even know how they got on it. And he's like, yeah, I don't think they should teach about slavery in schools anymore. And I'm like, why? He said, well, because slavery is over. Why they got to keep talking about it? And I said, do you realize right now in Liberia, slavery is happening right now?
That's right.
Today.
Right.
There's human trafficking right now.
That's right.
Yeah, but it ain't happening here. Oh. This is his thought process now.
There's slavery happening in America.
Yeah, but he's like, it's over, so stop talking about it.
No, but that's my point. It's not over in America.
No, I get that, but his point. You understand what I'm saying? I'm like,
I hear you.
Do you hear what you're saying? I said, so we're not supposed to teach these kids the history of this country and what they could possibly face when they walk out the door. Let's tell them that everything is fine. And that's part of the reason I said no is because other cultures still know about the things that happen in this country. If we leave it solely up to the people here in America, the kids will come out of the school talking about 2 + 2 is 3. Okay, and our history started on Juneteenth.
Well, that goes back to Chandler, who's teaching the kids and how they've been vetted and what is involved in the different curriculums. Like I just told our sister in a post, because I posted, the show. She said they're like you said, Jalen Rose has a school. There are schools here in New York City that are African centered and
You're talking about charter schools?
Yeah. And
it's one up in Harlem that is so popular. It's like a year waiting list.
Right.
And also, and this is why I said that being a school system is what I would be interested in rather than a school, is that only the people with money can actually have their kids go to that charter school.
Right. Yep. And all the different schools are splinted. They have their, Jalen Rose has a particular curriculum that he and the people involved in running that school have set up, opposed to like the school in Harlem that Holip just mentioned. The curriculum is probably different. And they, they're splinted all over. I know there's schools in L.A., schools in New York City, Chicago.
I don't. You know what I question though, Mark? And you know this because we both been to Chinatown. I don't see no white kids in the Chinese school. How the Chinese are able to get away with it where they don't have no other race? There's no Spanish there. There's no black kids. It's all fucking Chinese.
There might be a few, a handful.
I didn't see them. We're guessing.
No. Well, I see who's in the school that where I go to play ball at.
You've actually seen another race besides Chinese? Because I haven't.
Yeah. I've seen, it's
okay. Well, then it's confirmed.
Couple of black kids. One or two. It's like 1 or 2 black kids and probably 1 or 2.
In other words,
white
to fill the quota.
Fill the quota, or I guess they live there, so they live in that neighborhood and they didn't send.
That's
them to
why we live in America, so you're not really going to exclude anybody from your school, even if it's an all-white school. You can't just make it. You can't officially, for the record, say this is a school just for white kids. No, you can't do that. It's in America. So the whole question of exclusion is a bunch of stupid shit anyway. We're not going to exclude anybody. The question is the school going to be dominated by a certain group? That's going on right now, folks.
Right. Well,
so if it's going on right now and black folks is not the dominant group, what's wrong with black folks being a dominant group?
Right.
What's wrong? I want a white kid to go to a black school. So if somebody says something about Malcolm X, that white kid will jump up and slap the shit out of him because maybe he learned something.
Right.
Maybe. But you have that though. I mean, listen, go out to Cambria Heights and go to Andrew Jackson High School, and if you can find a white kid in that school, I'll pay you. Okay, but that doesn't mean they're learning anything.
I agree with that. Because it's not a black school. The presence of black people in a school doesn't mean that it's a black school.
No. The majority of the teachers in that school are black. The school administrators are black. The kids are black.
Okay.
So what I'm saying, though, is so you would think that in a school like that, right, that there would be some kind of shift to, okay, listen, since basically it's just us here, let's teach you a little bit more than the curriculum says. Let me give y'all some more information, right? Yeah, that's not happening.
I don't think
not
that.
Happening.
I don't think that the mere presence of black people produces a black-centered school. I don't believe that at all.
Right.
Because the thing about it is, and this is why black people in America is in a unique position. You're dealing with people who never had an understanding of what it's like to control their own context. So you bring them over here, they grow up under slavery for all of these years, and then you basically free them from slavery and then say, all right, come and work for me for free or next to nothing. And then we expect, I mean, to me, it's not shocking at all that black people are some of the biggest perpetrators of white supremacy. It doesn't shock me.
No.
I mean, I'd be shocked if it was the opposite.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't know what it's like to control anything. All we know is what it's like to be working for somebody. Like Amos Wilson said something that when I saw one of his lectures years ago, and he said something, and it was so profound that I had to sit back and go, wow, is that actually true? And I said, damn. He said that what was black people brought over to America for? Labor.
Yeah.
What's black people's main source of income right now? Labor. What has changed?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
You came over to work for white people, and till this day, in 2018, you still working for white people. And then people try to talk me about progress?
Well, you put it
do we make our money? Do black people as a community make their money because of all of these fantastic industries that we have? Or do we make our money because we work for people?
Option 2.
Because we work for people for the most part.
For the most part, yeah.
So when people start talking about this $1 trillion spending power, well, you're getting your money from working for other people. You don't have money where you're building, where your money is coming from an industry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you're not creating wealth. You know, what you have is people who, you have a couple of people who have managed through their own perseverance, work and being in this country to build up a certain, like you have some Bob Johnsons and Oprah Winfreys, but Bob Johnson and Oprah Winfrey does not represent a system.
No, but that's the thing is and then that takes us in a whole other tangent is we don't take the time to build our own industries and to take our money and pull it and put it into our own communities, our own infrastructures. You can talk about some of these other races and you see what they do with their money. They might all live in a certain area, and you watch that neighborhood. That neighborhood goes from, it's not that great, to they're all renting, then suddenly they're all homeowners. Okay? And all the businesses initially where they were working at the business, now they own they were renting the building their business in. Now they own the building their business is in.
True.
So, you understand what I'm saying? They start building that, and they just keep taking that money and cycling it back into the community. Yeah, they have to go outside of it. Now they're sending their kids to the better schools, but their kids are now coming back and running the businesses that their parents started. and then now taking that business and advancing it and branching it out. Now they got a store here, store here, store here. We have yet to still do that because for some reason we don't seem to think we can, or we just do that. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't say we're lazy, but
no, go ahead. It's cool because all of that stuff is relevant, and all of that stuff is what is a dynamic that's going on. And my question is, why is that going on? And the answer that I have to that might shock you. It might shock you because there used to be a time where the stock default answer was, well, we tried it and the white man destroyed it. Ooh,
that's nonsense.
I'm going to tell you something. The reason why it's not happening now is 100,000% on black people. You can't use that excuse no fucking more. Nope. Ain't nobody stopping us from doing a damn thing except ourselves. And I am the perfect example on this phone of what we're talking because everybody hates my ass.
Exactly.
Well, that's because you a super coon.
I keep hearing all this bullshit about we want strong black men and women. Man, get the fuck. Nobody likes a strong black man or a woman. And if you're a strong black man and a woman and you for your people, the people that you're going to be fighting with every day is your own fucking people.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Sabotage you.
It ain't going to be no white man that's coming in and doing that. It's going to be your own people. I'm telling you, I'm sorry to keep repeating this, man. Rodney, please forgive me.
It's all good, brother.
I was on the phone and I think most of y'all on the phone heard the conversation. Not everybody, but I'll give you the context of it. Me and Carla Genesis was on the phone on Chef Rob's show, and they were having a discussion about, what black folks should do in this country. And me and Carla's position was, black folks especially black folks inside of America, the ones that were brought over and enslaved, have never had anything of their own. And that's the problem as to why everybody keeps saying, well, why don't black folks do this? Why don't black folks do it? Because black folks never had shit. So they don't know what it's like to think in their own interest because you've always been working to empower somebody else's interest. Yeah. So the only way to break that cycle is to have our own shit. Mm-hmm. So we was talking about land, we was talking about infrastructure, and we was talking about nationhood. I don't think I have to explain what those three things are. If I do, then we're in some sad shape. Right. So me and Carla's on the phone, and this black woman gets on the phone and says, I disagree with these brothers. And I'm telling you, I was sitting there because my first reaction is never to be confrontational. My first reaction is to try to understand why a person is coming from where they're coming from. Right. So I was asking questions. I'm like, I don't understand what it is exactly that you're disagreeing with. Can you explain it to me? Mm-hmm. And she said, everywhere in the world, you got black people fighting. And where in the world you going to go where you can get your own? And I said, so you're saying there's nowhere in the world? And she never answered me. She kept saying, where are you now? Where are you now? And blah, blah, blah. And we was trying to get her to answer the question. And then at one point she said, I'm not answering her. I'm going to leave y'all to your coonery. Oh, Lord. I said, and I'm telling you, still to this day, that conversation happened maybe about a year or so ago. To this day, I can't wrap my mind around that level of ignorance. Coonery? We were talking about black folks having their own shit, their own land, controlling their own infrastructure, and having their own nation, and she called us coons.
Exactly. Because
nobody better talk
to
me. Nobody better not say shit to me about how much black people love strong black men and women. It's a lie.
It was war they wanted and war they got, but they wilted in the heat where my Uzi got hot when I